This is the Your Money Hour podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady. And tonight, I'm actually in Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is a city outside of Greenville, my hometown. And I'm with Ceej Jefferson, who is a multi-talented artist, and he has his hand on everything. So I wanted to get him on the show and just chop it up a little bit about what he's doing. So if you want to learn more about him, we'll talk about how to find him at the end of the show. But welcome to the show, Chris.
Hey man, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
Glad to sit in front of the man himself.
So I know you my brother Joe. Y'all have been, I guess, friends for a long time.
Long time.
And so I mean, you and him are closer than you and I. But I just wanted to know, like, who are you? Where you from? And what you get? What you got going on? I know you do. You're a rapper, and you're also in real estate. You're a mentor. So talk about who you are and let people know who you are.
Ceej, I'm Ceej Jefferson. I'm born in Morganton, North Carolina. I'm sorry, see how everything's going on right there? Born in Morganton, North Carolina. I've been here in Spartanburg for the past 14 years now. Again, I'm an artist. That's my coming to right there. That's the main thing. I'm a Christian hip hop artist. But anybody who hears my music can surely tell you that it's just transparent in a lot of ways and can go into a lot of different genres. Honestly, just for music wise, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a minister and I'm a mentor. So those are my big hats, and there's a lot of little hats up under those things, but that sums it up.
Cool. So you, my brother Jeff, y'all used to do Christian rap in Greenville, like in Spartanburg, in North Carolina, I think, right? Mm-hmm. It was you, Jeff, and then Chance, right? So talk about that. Like, tell people a little about the rap game. They don't know about rap, Christian rap. Talk about that.
Yeah, because it's a quite different lane. I started off, of course, doing secular or regular rap, you can call it, I guess. But that's just always my gift, just articulate this music and to get my thoughts off. So I've always had a certain transparency, with the music. And but now I gave my life to Christ in 2007, and I thought I created Christian rap. Like, I thought I was the first one. But we kind of went into that lane and started doing it at the churches and all these community events, things like that. And it was new for me. Yes. But it was good for me. It really changed a lot about me. It showed me the impact that the music have, and that's what changed with me. You can be an artist can be very selfish in a lot of ways because you have to have accolades. You have to. That's what I don't care nobody say. Christian or not, you want to be validated. You want to be acknowledged and admired. That's part of it. Mm-hmm. But it changed my perspective on that and how I try to attain that and how I chase that with doing it that way. Funny story, Jeff, your brother, actually gave me, we call him Grade A, Grady. He gave me my name. Well, I have my name, my Ceej, it's spelled C-E-E-J. Yes. Well, it used to be S-I-E-G-E, like under siege. Yes. And talking with Grady, he was just like, you know what, man, we should switch it up, change it up. And that's the reason that my name is spelled the way it is, C-E-E-J, which is Christ esteemed, elevating Jesus. So that's a funny story. That's just crazy, man. That he's the reason that it's spelled the way it is.
Awesome. So how did y'all connect, you and Joe?
Man, how did we meet? I think we met at it was so long ago. I know he introduced me to Chance, but I think me and him probably met at an event. I think it was an event between here and Greenville somewhere. Honestly, I can't remember exactly where, but I know it was through the music. Cool. It might have been in the studio, but yeah.
All right. So as a rapper, a Christian rapper, some of the people may know Lecrae or Andy Mineo. Do you esteem to be like them, or how do you differentiate yourself, or do you try to be like them?
Nah, I'll say this in all, just me being blunt, being completely honest. Like, I don't listen to a lot of. I've listened to Lecrae, obviously. I've heard him. And I've said I thought I invented it. Some of his older stuff I listened to when that was, that I really, because it was the only one I could find. But I don't listen to a lot of Christian artists. To be honest with you, I don't. There's few that I really like. Eshawn Burgundy, I love Eshawn Burgundy. Because that's the type of music that I like. So I just, I'm not very peculiar with that. But no, I definitely just kind of move to the drum, beat my own drum, because my music is just me. I literally go to God, man, when I write, and I really try to tap into the Spirit. I try to tap into what I'm led and what He would have me say, what He's giving me the grace to say. So my music is very so I don't have to. And I think that's what people appreciate with my music. You know, my last project, Good Morning Melanie, was available everywhere, all digital outlets. Go get it. It's a story, you know, and it's based on culture. You know, Melanie is for melanin, and it's based around a radio station in the '60s, and is what it brings you to mind to. And this lady Melanie, but she represents the black culture, and then it talks about, and it fits how does our thoughts and our patterns and our struggles and ups and downs all brought together by this woman named Melanie. Because I feel like she, in a sense, captures the essence of blackness more than even a man. And I just, it's very, very creative, and you should definitely go listen to it.
All right.
But again, that's just the way I move with music. You know?
All right. So I saw your video, the one about, it was in this building here.
Yeah, Dirty Secrets.
Talk about that.
Yeah,
video.
Dirty Secrets. That tapped into a lot. Again, I'm, you know, dealing with real estate, dealing with other things. Like I'm big on learning, and so I want to know. Like I'm big on business, entrepreneurship, and then generational wealth, assets. And so as I dive into this subject matter, you know, of course, again, I'm transparent. That stuff spews out of me. I tell people all the time, if you want to know where I'm at in life, listen to my last project. It'll tell you exactly where I was at. It's no secret, you know. And so yeah, that is the epitome of where I had been and what I was thriving, you know, striving towards. So Dirty Secrets, all these things that I feel like there's powers that be, and there are just systems in place that for a marginalized community, for marginalized people, was not meant for us to know. And it was like, okay, I'm going to expose all these little dirty secrets. And it's been an amazing impact. It was the first, when I did it, I was like, you know, this got to be the first track. So it's the first actual track on the album, and the impact has just been phenomenal.
Awesome. Yeah. Have you had any pushback? I mean, because in the church, I mean, I think last year, where people are seeing that minorities, black people, go through things like George Floyd. Right. I mean, like, it has opened a lot of people's eyes. Of course, there's been a lot of pushback too. As a Christian artist, how do you navigate that? I mean, because I'm a follower of Christ too. How do you navigate not falling into the world of being angry, but yet also being able to stand up for what you believe in and not have hate for other people?
I believe it's as simple as following God's way, because I believe if you're intent and you're true to the essence of what God is and what His Word is, then there has to be a zeal for justice, because that's the only way you're compassionate. How do you say you love God and love your brothers? And I believe there's a internal. You should feel compassionate about people in general. You know, you look at the Good Samaritan. Like, he was compassionate about, no, this brother's hurt. Like, something's going on here. No, I don't care what your title was and where you're going, where you're heading, what's in front of you. And I think that's the epitome of who God is and who He called us to be. So, you know, I think, but then there's a way you can do it. And I think when you appear in that, especially when you're doing it and for Christ's sake, there's a way to be, for lack of better words, angry and upset. You have every right to be, but there's a season for everything, and there's a humbleness, and there's a way that I can even find a way to love. And there's a video that's on my page that we did. So there's a young lady here who was killed, hit by a car, and it was at a restaurant that is known to have racism. The owner, all sorts of underlying racist undertones. This place been here forever. You know how that go. Establishment that's rooted into the, you know, the systemic, all that. He got off. Everybody, it's common knowledge that he was drunk, but he's tied in with all these people, and you know. So the mother reached out to him and said, "Hey, can you come out and pray? You know, let's go." Well, I might reach out to her. She said, "Hey, come out and pray, and you know, we're gonna march." And it was in lieu of everything that was already happening. And there's a video where we were walking out peacefully. There was some police standing over there, you know, because they knew it was coming out, and so they were posted up. A white man came by and he went off on me. It's on the video. I mean, he cussed me, slammed me out. He went in and out. I mean, he went off, and I posted on that one. I didn't know the video was being recorded. Somebody behind me was recording it. I found the video. I posted, and I said on that, man, I could have drove him out the car. I could have popped off. I could act a whole different way, man. You know, but I didn't. You know, I was reserved, and it's like I knew that was nothing but, to your point, the Spirit of God, because it wasn't me. Because I know how I can be.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I could have easily, you know, snatched them up out of there. But it's like when I was moving according to do right, for justice, for someone other than myself, it wasn't about me, then I couldn't even bring myself to that. And I believe same way Christ did it. You know, it wasn't about him. You know, it was about the will of his Father, and it was for us. And I think that's how we have to move according to this thing, get outside of ourselves and just say, man, what about these people?
Because, I mean, hurt people, right?
There you go.
So if people are hurting and they don't know Christ, then we need to be like Jesus people. And it's not our job to change them. We just be the farmer, watering, planting seed, and watering the seed, right? Exactly. So let's transition to, you're a playwright too. And talk about that, like, I mean, I guess it's natural to be a poet, because you are a poet, and then you write to tell people stories. How did you get into writing plays, and talk about some of your plays that you've done?
Well, I'm an actor.
All right.
But I'm going to receive that because I literally just got off the phone with a playwright.
Oh, cool.
And I told him that I'm in the process of writing my first. But I'm going to do like a short film. But with that said, I'm an actor. And so this funny story. I definitely didn't have any intention of being an actor. But I'm that guy who, if I'm watching a movie, I'm going to pause the movie. I'm like, watch this, y'all. and I act it out. I've always done that, though. Like, always. And when I perform, that's kind of my X factor. Anybody who sees me perform live, like, I'm very animated in the sense of, like, I get so in it, like, man, it's like, yo. And so one day someone that I know, she was doing, I seen a play, I seen auditions. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go audition. And I just did it, man. I was supposed to have a monologue. Well, I didn't know that till I got there. So, and I was like, what the heck is a monologue? I didn't know what a monologue was. So tell me the monologue was, you're supposed to memorize something, a piece. I was like, man, so no lie. For my audition for my monologue, I took a verse from one of my songs, and I slowed it down, and I just spoke it and acted it out. Which was crazy. When I tell you, man, they loved it. I got the lead role in my first ever audition. Sold out play right here in Spartanburg, 700 seater.
Wow.
I mean, it was amazing. And from then, man, I've been in about 4 since then. I'm in 2 series that's coming out. I've been on TV One with I can remember my mind went, but TV One, the murder shows, you know, Big Attraction.
All right.
And working on short films, man. So it's been an amazing journey, but it came natural to me. So my thing was just memorizing. Well, I do this all the time, you know, and to me, it was just, people always ask me that because I became like the team lead and like the one who everybody come to and tips. And I'm like, man, how's it so natural for you? And I'm just like, it's easy for me to get in a moment. Like, but I can get in a moment and then get out of it. But that's my music, because I might have wrote something and I was so in that moment and whatever I was dealing with, but it might be a year later I'm performing. I don't feel like that anymore, but when I'm performing it, I'm back in that moment. And so that has helped me in transition and translated to acting. And I play the bad guy.
Oh, really?
My biggest character is Dallas Gray. And he's the bad guy, man, but everybody loves. I go to the store now and they be like, that's Dallas. It's the kid. I'm like, come on, man. But I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it.
So, being a Christ follower, or your movies, do you play a bad guy? Is the role like, does it have profanity in it? If it does, how do you go around it? How do you move
so
around it?
I have barriers, right? I'm just gonna be honest. So yeah, in like the short film, I might have said one word, but I won't say like I can't drop an F-bomb, so that. But they know me. They like, oh, they can't do that. You know. But nah, how could I? I'm just a realist, right? For one, you know, it's gonna come with a whole bunch of money. No, but in all seriousness, though, I do have a boundary with what I do. Even that character wasn't like, you know, he didn't have to be all that, but I found a way to make him very, very believable without cussing, without, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he didn't have to do that in order to be believable. And I think with the right skills, you don't have to be, you know. And that was a big part of it. But now I do have a boundary, and then especially when right now we're in the local market, because I know a lot of believers out there who are actors and they do things, and I'm not one to say like, man, don't do that. Like, you can't. I don't feel like that. That's just me, because I feel like I know the power of acting, and I know the power of you know, you become these characters to teach something, to show something, because these are real life people that you portray in a lot of senses. I mean, you know what I'm saying? People really deal with these characters and these people. So I believe this is the same reason we read evil in the Bible and write the evil people, because it's good to know and to see. And so I'm not one of those deep ones who like, but at the end of the day, I know like in this local market, what young people look to me. So with certain things that's not going to be, you're not going to be left with that image of me, or I just get crazy with it, I just can't.
Correct. Yeah, because, I mean, there are films out there like Fireproof. I mean,
Right.
it's just so good because it's clean. Like, man, I'll have my daughter watch it. In my mind, it's like, if my daughter I can watch it,
Right.
I can watch it either.
Yeah.
And I try to have that mentality, but, I mean,
And that's understandable. No, that is. And then that depends on the household,
correct.
the kids. I mean, you can take some believers and go minister at a bar. Some you can't.
True.
Because that might not be your struggle, but that's my struggle, bro. Don't take me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, no, that ain't an issue.
Right.
I don't have to go have a drink. That's not even gonna be a second thought. Some that's gonna be like, man, it's gonna take me back.
Correct.
And I believe we should know that, and that's a part of it. But nah, I think this teaches on. Like my kids, I might watch stuff. I like to watch Power and all that stuff. I don't have an issue with that, me. But I'm not gonna sit down with kids. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things, nah.
Yes.
But then my kids are different in a lot of ways. They're very mature. We talk. We're open. And I think that boils down to the house. So I don't think nobody can tell anybody else how to. Because every household is different.
I agree with you. So, go from a rapper to an actor, and then now real estate. You talked about wealth building, like basically, or in a sense, you talked about wealth building, generational wealth. I'm passionate about personal finance. So, as a rapper, you see the secular rappers. They're talking about money and car, jewelry, the houses, and everything. How do you be different from that and in your walk, like in your music? How do people see that you're a rapper, but you're different from, say, a Jay-Z or either some other rapper that is big time, you know what I'm saying, and portraying the life of, say, a drug dealer or the hustle, the grind. Talk about that.
I think simply because you can see exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of cats, they talk about the hang thing. You don't know if they really did it or really. I'm exactly what I said I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very, very again transparent, open. It's real. It's true to form, and my life is a good life to tell a story about. I guess you know what I'm saying, because it's 100.
Yes.
And I think that's what separates me and artists like that. It's true. It's pure. So you're always gonna get like T.I. I like T.I. I think he's a great performer, great entertainer. Swag out. What I've always said, I was like, man, bro, like we want to see you. My thing with him was like, well, I know you're not doing the same things you was, and then you come get with the same young artists and try to recreate their music, and I was like, man, I want to see you. The reason like a Jay-Z keeps working is because he's was talking about his marriage and wife and infidelity. That's what he's really dealing with.
Wow.
Remember, he said this spill your gut stuff really works because that's how you mature and grow as an artist. And I think I'm not the same beat from even 5 years ago. So I can't give you the same sound, same music, because it's literally not me anymore, But I think just being intent about what I say, you can see it. So when it comes to the real estate, wealth, and culture, well, that's what my last album was about, was building culture, because that's where my heart and my intention, that's where my favor has been, And I learned that wherever there's favor, there's grace. I have the grace to speak on that, be a part of that right now.
Got you. So you're doing your part, educating people about wealth, and talk about that in terms of what are you doing to let people know about generational wealth. I mean, do you talk to other people in the area? Like, how are you doing that to get the message out about wealth?
My company is Jefferson Legacy Group, and my real estate team that I'm over is Oak and Ave Property Group at Blue Realty and Associates. So it's all black realty here. That's in Greenville, and I'm gonna have a team under them. And what we do is I have partnered with the city, and a lot of this stuff is about to come out, but it's fine. I partner with some groups within the city of Spartanburg who we put together a 4-point part program for marginalized people, for the black community, for just So what we do is, we take you through a credit restoration program. While you're in that program, you go through a 12-point module that's backed by the FDIC to teach financial literacy. So while you're getting your credit restored, if you need it, you're also learning and tapping in, so you know how to sustain it. It's one thing to get a house, another thing to keep it, and have that mindset shift. And then you're learning about how, this is an asset. Oh, this is actually an investment. Oh, this is actually equity build up. Oh, wait a minute, that business I want to do it. This is my money now. You know, I can do it. Oh, I can leverage my credit. Oh, I can leverage business credit too. Oh, I can go get stuff and invest and flip without ever touching my own money. Yeah, you can do these things if you know how to do it. So we're teaching those things. So boom, now they're ready for a house. Now they know what to do with it. Now they understand. We partnered with a restoration program with Master's Credit. Phenomenal. Does amazing work. I went through them. You know, got my credit score of 700 for the first time ever. You know, they for real. Accredited and do it the right way. What's gonna last? Do we have Reveal Wealth? With my brother Jefferson Burnett and his team, amazing team. They do the financial literacy piece. Then we go to where we have found some aggressive lenders who are really helping first-time homeowners and who are helping local heroes, so teachers, environment, policing, things of that nature. And they've been aggressive in trying to help them kind of streamline the process and get this lending and funding. There's down payment assistance available up to $20,000 right here in Spartanburg. There's all types of sorts of programs, even with the lenders, to get even more. So we're streamlining. We brought everybody to the table and said, let's streamline it. Let's make it where a person can come through this as a system attached to everyone. Then it becomes a network and a pool. And then we, Northside Development Group, great partner of ours, has helped us out with creating a pipeline of people within the community to help do this. My pastor, James White, LLC, out of Greenville. His company is based out of Greenville. He's a general contractor, does amazing custom work. We're building 5 homes as part of this program. So of course, anybody can come in the program. We have a pool of people through the pipeline with the city, but you can still come in. We're building 5 homes here on the north side of Spartanburg. We'll be able to select 5 people through this program that we can place in these homes with custom upfits at a reduced, less than market value price. So they can come into this thing with equity, with custom, right here in the city. We're going to select 5. We're going to do documentation. We're going to do a whole documentary showing it. We're going to have billboards up. So that's my part. That's what I've been cooking and brewing, and we're launching that out this month.
Awesome. So before we wrap up, because we got to talk off the air about this.
Yeah.
We know some of the same people. So
I see you lit up and I said, the name. I'm like, okay, he must know.
Yeah. So with you being a multi-talented man of God, leave the audience with one thing about whether it be acting, rapping, or just a husband, a father, whatever. Add some sauce to the end of the show, please.
Real simple, man. This, I hope it don't sound cliche, this is the absolute truth. Whatever you think, you're right. Whether that's good, bad, successful, broke, rich, poor, progressive, regressive, whatever you think, you are right. If you start thinking about this year, our finances changing, our situation's changing, our knowledge, you're right. Oh, we broke, man, it's gonna be rough. You're right. Whatever you think, you're right. So I believe.
And I agree with you because your thoughts become reality. You become what you think about, right?
It's funny how you start thinking and believing something, and it's funny how God will start giving you provision for it. He'll start sending people, man, I was just thinking about that. I just wanted to do that. Oh man, all you wait for is your mind. And everything else will take it. It don't matter how big it is, I'm telling you. That's one thing we get scared of. We don't know how that's going. We get scared of the how. Just know the who.
Awesome. So how can people find out about you, music, social media, website, your companies?
Elephantgroup.com, all music related. That's elephant without the A. So ELEPHNT group. Elephantgroup.com, and then JeffersonLegacyGroup.com. If you don't have a home, you need to get a home. When I tell them to get you in a home, I'm going to get you in a home. And we're going to teach you this thing, and you're going to come out of this thing on a whole other level. So, elephantgroup.com, JeffersonLegacyGroup.com. I want to see today, go fill out a form, say, buy a home, somebody going to contact you, and we'll get you started.
All right. So thank you for the opportunity to interview you, and check out his website, jeffersongroup.com.
Jefferson
and then Legacy Group, excuse me, and elephantgroup.com. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on the Your Money Hour podcast, and we'll tap in and connect after the show.
There it is. Appreciate y'all. Yep.
Thanks, everybody.